people who are heavier, men or women, doesn't matter. They're more happier than the fit people, the people with these 8-pack abs. And I spend a lot of time with people. The people who are heavier are nicer to people.
You've been an inspiration to so many people around the world. What is it that keeps you going? What has inspired you?
Every time I do something and people say, "Oh my God, nobody else does it," and that's when I realized, when I'm with myself and I'm like, I know nothing. There's so much to know, and I feel like, oh my God, people are saying, "Oh, you do such amazing things," and whatever nice things they say, and I'm like, oh my God, I have so much to achieve, and I think that's what makes me keep going.
That you still have a lot more to do. You always feel like, are you hard on
I
yourself
know
or do you feel like?
nothing. I know nothing. I'm very nice to me. I love myself. I nurture myself with great gentleness, and I get angry with me. I feel frustrated with myself. I go through all the emotions.
That's so amazing because, with your physical fitness, mental health is also something that you've always kind of suggested that through your actions. What is it that you do, to keep yourself so fit physically and mentally?
They're quite interrelated, by the way. And
Right.
like I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I meet a lot of people, and they talk about a lot of things that they do in life. But I have noticed that people who are heavier, men or women, doesn't matter. They're more happier than the fit people, the people with these 8-pack abs. And I spend a lot of time with people. The people who are heavier are nicer to people. So I think, that should be the fashion statement. Be heavy. The only problem I think they have is that people think that they are fat. Example, I know people who have the best bodies, but they're so depressed. And I know people who apparently, the way people see them, don't have the best bodies, but they're happier, they're nicer people. So the point here is that mental and physical is quite interrelated. The way you are and the way you get convinced in your head you are is the way you will be. So you should be completely in tune with yourself.
That's a very good point that you made. Because people are happier when they eat the food that they love.
Yep.
They are happier when they do the things that they like, without going on these extreme diets, or without beating themselves up about looking a certain way because society has kind of painted this picture. But do you think Bollywood, being in this industry, is something that has set us really high standards with the way one should look or the way one should behave?
Apart from our industry, I think there's no place where there are low standards. Number one, everybody expects very high standards. It could be amongst the auto rickshaw drivers also. I speak to some rickshaw guys and they were like, sir, jaise main chalata hu na, ye baki sab bahut galat chalate hain. They have standards in their heads too. And why not in our film industry? The standards are very high, not only for the way you look or the way you need to be looked by people. So the standards are high everywhere. It's just that I wish that everybody is in an industry where the standards are really high. So what you need to train is don't get pressured under the high standard, because that's the only thing we need to figure out, how to not get pressurized, how not to succumb to somebody else's great ability, and why not just focus on our ability.
That's so wonderful. Like the way you put it, even in the industry, like in an industry like Bollywood, a lot of people starve themselves or, before a film or want to look a certain way, maybe in a bikini body or, with the 6-pack abs, doing certain stunts and stuff like that. So, but when you do it, you've always made it seem like you're doing it for yourself. It's not something that you're doing just for the screen. Am I right?
Great observation. The thing here is that I love doing what I do, and we've always heard amongst our friends, amongst people we've grown up with, that you should love what you do. Now, maybe you are in a job where you really don't want to do this job, but you have to do it for a certain reason. Then keep doing what you love to do. That is also something you need to go back to. When we go back to that, we are mentally at peace. The idea is if somebody is going for a regular job, and we were talking about what we love to do is what we should be doing in life. They say if you love what you do, you'll be really happy. So sometimes I have friends who are working in a regular job where they have a different mindset altogether, but their love is to come home and paint. So I know people who come and paint, and I know people who just get tired with this. So that's where they're mentally not happy. So I think to be in sync, you have to maintain a balance from within yourself of what you like to do and what you need to do.
And also being a vegetarian, a lot of people have this perception that you need to eat meat as a protein source. And you've clearly busted that myth. So, what do you have to say about that?
Actually, I did not bust any myth. The myth has been busted by the deers, hiran, hathi, ghode, elephant, who's the strongest creature on planet Earth, is vegetarian. The fastest creature with the best muscles, horse, is incredibly vegetarian. The deer, the beautiful deer, is vegetarian. So I didn't burst it. The nature did for me, and that's when I realized that you can achieve anything in any way.
Because there are a lot of dietitians also out there who say that, you know, you need to eat meat, and especially very renowned nutritionists and dietitians who keep saying that no, meat is important because protein is, you know, way more than what you get in vegetarian food. So
No, the thing is, those dietitians have a great knowledge about what they are talking about. But
right,
there is other knowledge also there in the world. So if you
right.
find somebody with that kind of knowledge, they will impart that to you.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.